What up, what up, what up, what up, what up to another edition of Moment with the Messiah. You already know what it is, baby. This segment holds down every artist that is putting out content, and I give them a moment, give them their flowers. This is what I do. This is probably episode number messing with me probably like 15, but man, but shout out to all the artists that's been coming through showing love, not just to me but to the podcast, to the city. Shout out to the whole IE, shout out to the whole crew, Juicy, Mizzle, Eugene O'Neill, Whitney, Sasha, everybody, man. The movement been started and we're nowhere near at our height, but we right there in the middle compared to where we was. And I just want to thank y'all for supporting us, man. You already know what it is. Now, this introduction, man, I'm all about introductions, man. When I bring people onto the show, I'm all about introductions, and I got to give my guy a good introduction. He out here working, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? We connected at an event a couple months ago, and the energy was real then. And I told him we were gonna work, and here we are, man, together and holding it down. San Diego's own, the one and only, my guy, Wavy. What's the deal, bro?
Hey, what's up with you, Messiah? Yeah, bro. Much love to you, man. Yeah, it was really cool meeting you, and it's cool to be able to like experience something in real time, meaning like a genuine connection, and then projecting even in that moment, like, oh, we're finna do something. Like you said, like, oh, we're gonna work, you know. But it's cool to
Facts.
be, it's cool to be like in the moment, like I said, and to recognize that.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
to actually be in the moment where it's happening, it's like it's crazy. It's a blessing, and I'm grateful. I'm very thankful. Like any opportunity I get, I'm like a hawk, man. I see it and I just swoop on it. I get on it. And so I'm excited. I'm not used to this camera stuff. I'm just now starting to get used to it. I'm just now I'm just now starting to get out of my comfort zone and just push, man, because I'm all in. I'm not letting no doubt or fear or anything stop me. Um, but yeah,
Facts.
uh, so I'm just happy to be here. I'm from San Diego, born and raised.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I've been here my whole life, and I have a lot of things to say. I know I got a lot of things to say, and I know a lot of ears are gonna resonate with what I gotta say. And I'm doing it for my
yeah,
legacy. I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing this for my legacy. And but yeah, I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah. That's dope, man. I'm glad you gave a little of who you are, because that actually pertains into the first question that I was going to ask you. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as getting out your comfort zone with the camera, like, yeah, fam. Like when it comes to taking from somebody who used to love rapping, man. I used to rap 20 years ago, man. It was a pass. I still love it, but it's not. It's not for me anymore. I just support it more than anything. But one thing I will tell you, man, once you get past the whole camera thing and being in front of the camera, it's gonna be the best feeling in your life, because you're gonna feel now you're gonna feel like you don't want to do it off camera. So
Mm.
definitely stick to it, fam. So let's get up in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your moment, you feel me? So as you stated, first question I'm gonna ask you, bro. What was life like growing up in San Diego?
Man, life growing up in San Diego, for me, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. Um, I have a pretty big family, and I was always when growing up, I was always the youngest. It was I have an older brother, and so growing up, and I have older cousins and uncles, and we were always kind of together. So growing up, I was like I said, I was always the youngest one, and I would just follow them around. So I was actually a really quiet kid, a real observant kid. I was always watching my environment. I was always paying attention to what people were doing, what they were saying. Um, so going into I would say like school and stuff, I was the same way. I was always observant. Um, I always had friends and things, you know, but I always felt different from other people. I always felt like we're the same, but I don't know, something there was just a different type of mentality that I would have. And well, that's just like the personal part of me. But I say in San Diego's cool, man. We're super cool here. Like we're a big melting pot. I was just talking about this other day. Like blacks, Mexicans, Samoans, Asians, Somalians, Ethiopians. Like we're a big melting pot. And if you're cool, then you're cool. You know, there's really no, I mean, there's politics and, you know, just like everywhere, but San Diego's cool, man. Um, we got a different style to us. We got a different swag to us. We got different lingo.
That's what I'm
Um,
hearing. That's what I'm hearing, man. I've only been out there probably like 2 or 3 times. Especially I'm from being from Southern Cali, but you know the times that I've been out there, I will say y'all beaches are popping. Y'all beaches are popping. Like y'all beaches are way better than LA's. You heard the Messiah say it, so and that's real. I will say that. But
for
yeah, man. It's just to touch what you said, man. Growing up, different. It's nothing wrong with being different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some of my best friends. Some of me connecting with my best friends are based off them being different. You know what I'm saying? Not being like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to be observant and peep what everybody's doing, but you're creating your own lanes. You feel me? So that's what makes you different, bro. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? So shout out to you. Shout out to Diego. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down 619. One of my favorite wrestlers is from Diego, Rey Mysterio. You feel me?
hey, 619, baby.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
bro.
You
Rey
know what I'm
Mysterio,
saying?
legend.
Oh, of course, man. You already know, man. I'm. That's a whole different subject. You know what I'm saying? So, well, another question I wanted to ask you, man. So are there any rappers that influenced you to become a rapper, like, or better yet, what made you just want to start rapping, bro? Like, just lay it out, like right then and there.
Yeah. So I do have some influences for sure. Um, I actually been making music now for like 4 or 5 years. And I used to want to make music with like my high school homies, with like my neighborhood homies, my just like my friends. You know, like there was times in high school where we wanted to rap. I don't know why, but we just felt like we wanted to rap. And we sucked. Like we had no idea what it like, straight up, like we sucked, you know, like
Kept it
uh
a one. Kept it a one.
yeah, we suck, you know what I mean? Like we were young, we were like 15, 16, and at the time we were just like partiers and smokers and running around. But like we wanted to make music. I remember the first song that me and my homie tried to we tried to remix was Faded by Tyga. We we thought we were so sick.
Out of
Like we thought
all
we were,
songs,
yeah, man. We thought we were gonna do something tight, but I think we recorded one time at his house and it was trash. And anyway, so from then, he actually him and some other homies that I grew up with, they actually went to blow up. Like they actually got real big in the city and they blew up.
yeah,
And so while they were blowing up, you know, I was just like their homie and I was just supporting them and shit. And I actually moved schools in high school. I was going to a school called Helix in the city, and then I got transferred. Well, I got moved because I was getting in trouble and stuff. So I had moved to a school called Eastlake, like in the richer part of Chula Vista. People
yeah,
like people that know San Diego will know what Chula Vista is, but Eastlake is like the nicer area of Chula Vista. I had a cousin that went there, and that I had cousins that lived out there. So my mom would, I would either bus there or I'd get right. My mom would drop me off at my aunt's house, and I would they would give me a ride to school. But at the time, like my homies were doing their thing, their rap thing, you know, and they were blowing up, and I was just kind of afar, and I was dealing with like my own stuff, and so I used to want, you know, I wanted to be a part of what they had going on, but I just was, I was out of touch. You know what I mean? Like I was out of touch with the scene, and
Yeah.
you know, I was focusing on girls and just like shit that I wouldn't even worry about now. You know, like shit that I would have just cut off back then. You know, shit that I didn't even know at the time was actually like hurting me. Um, but anyway, so they did their thing, they blew up, you know what I mean? And then I officially started making music around, okay, so it's been like 4 or 5 years, maybe like 2017. I was like 21. I just started drinking, or like, you know, I was legal to drink. Um, and I don't know, man. Well, I would say one of my biggest influences or influence that I had got. So I don't know if you're familiar with the SoundCloud rap era from like,
Yeah, of course. Of course.
okay, so back in like 2010, 2011, 20,
Yeah.
2012, you know, when SoundCloud was
Yeah.
really, when it was an actual
Popping.
platform where people went to go get music.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Right. So there was a group back then called Raider Clan, and uh you know who Space Ghost Purpose?
God, dog. And
Okay.
I follow a lot of underground rappers too, but I can't say I heard of them.
Yeah, so he started a group called Raider Clan, and
Okay.
he's from Florida. He's from Broward County, I believe. And they had this group called Raider Clan where they had different artists from Memphis, or like I said, Florida or Cali. Like they had different factions of Raider Clan. Um, and in that group was a few people. At the time, I don't know if you know who Xavier Wolf is, but he was going by Ether Wolf. And then there's another artist named Chris Travis. So those two artists were part of that group, and those two people were like super influential to me as an artist or just as a person. And they later broke up, you know what I mean? They went their own way. They actually formed another group. But the artist Chris Travis was somebody that really put like the water stuff in perspective, like Wavy, the water stuff, because he was really big on that. That's his movement, you know, like his movement is all about water and kind of like chill cloud rap beats, and the way he would do his flows and the way he would carry himself on the beat, you know, was very it was just inspirational to me. And
Yeah.
he's someone that really influenced me, you know. And of course, like when you first start making music, like I don't say you're emulating people, but you're using people as a blueprint to paint your own picture. So I believe, you know, I have been influenced, and even in my music, but even fast forward to now, like I grew my own style, you know, I grew my own voice. Um, but yeah, like straight up, you know, I know a lot of people, he influenced the whole generation, you know, he influenced a lot of people, they influenced a lot of people, but I know a lot of people aren't gonna admit that. But you know, I got no pride about it, I got no ego about it. Like, you know, it's real, it's true, you know, like
Yeah.
these people influenced me, you know, they inspired me, you know, they really inspired me. And but now I'm just doing my own thing, you know. I'm looking to inspire more artists or more youth, the older generation. I'm looking to inspire people just like I was inspired. So I would say those two people or that group was very inspirational to me.
And yeah, to touch on that, bro, the thing I like about that, usually like you always hear people like say like it's like either some industry rappers or some type of like people that's already on and whatnot. So for the fact that some cats that you knew personally that you ran with influenced you to rap, man, that's dope right there because it just shows you that it can come from, it can come from within your home or your hometown. So that's dope, man. Like not even that you and I know you said it was a mixture of different cats from the group. So, but they were obviously making enough noise to where they influenced you. So, I big ups to them, and big ups to you, man, for just being different, bro. Because like I said, I wasn't expecting that right there. I was really expecting like some type of like industry rapper that's already on. Most motherfuckers say either Cole, Kendrick, Drake, or whatever, whatever that's popping this generation. So that's the true. That's a different answer right there, and I love it, fam. Also, shout out to you. You feel me? So,
Appreciate
my next question, well, since you've been rapping the past couple years, have you encountered like a lot of hate, like from like anywhere, like family, friends, supporters? Like, have you like, can you honestly say like you like went through a lot of like haters while being an artist?
it. At the beginning, yeah. Like well, I mean, because I wouldn't say I've experienced a lot of hate, but it's like, when when people make comments to you or where they say certain things to you
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
talking about your craft or when you're talking about wanting to try something or you're wanting to do something or you're putting money towards, they're like, where are you at? You're like, oh, I'm at the studio. And then they want to
yeah.
criticize or like I said, just make comments, like hate. I don't necessarily receive like hate. I mean, I have, but it's more of just been like the sneaky shit or the sneaky stuff people will say or the passive aggressive things, the passive aggressive energy people will give you. I mean, yeah, I've gotten it from you know, like a partner or
That'd be the
like
worst
I
one.
remember. Yeah, for sure. Because you want someone to believe in you, right? You think like someone that you believe in and you push, you would want the same thing, or you want, it would feel good, right? It would feel good for them to push you to or believe in you, but that wasn't the case for me. And even my family, like I would show even to this day, it's just now when I show them songs where they're starting to, I'd say, be convinced, and then you show your stuff to your friends. And I mean, I would say I haven't got hate, but I haven't really got love. I haven't got a lot of support with my music. I haven't got a lot of support with family members. I invite them to shows, I invite them to events or the things that I do, and they don't even they don't even care, like whether it's personal or not, they don't really show no energy or no love towards it. Um, I've had family
Damn.
members tell me like all you need is one beat, or you should do this style, like do this, gangster stuff, or do this, like giving me recommendations. You know what I mean? Like telling me to be someone I'm not, or telling me to do something as if they know the way, as if they
Yeah.
know how to rap, or as if they know what the heck they're even talking about, or like telling me all you need is one hit. And it's like, I'm like, all I need is one hit. Okay. Like how that's a vague statement. Like, what do you even know? You don't even know what you're talking about. You're telling me to make a hit. You know what I mean? What do you think I'm doing in the studio? You think I'm doing in the studio? Fucking playing around, and like just because you're not feeling it, it's like that don't mean anything to me anymore. Like I used to look for validation. I used to look for other people around me to give me credibility and family members. You're like, damn, I believe in you. Like you show them something and if you want the same energy back, but it doesn't work that way. And I became very comfortable with my own self. And I if I and now I know when I do something, I'm like, oh, this shit is hard. Like if I believe it's hard, then it's almost, of course, as artists, we want the feedback. That's the biggest thing. That's why we're doing our thing. We want it to be on a bigger scale, but I'm not really tripping. Like someone could not feel my song. Like they're gonna feel it because it's real, but they may not like what I'm talking about. They may not relate. I say like they may not relate to what I'm talking about, but that's fine, And as far as family not supporting, I have this I have this saying where I'm like, all right, once I make it to these type of venues or these places with tickets and stuff, I'm not giving
Exactly.
nothing free out. I've given merch out. I've given free stuff out. Like I remember last Christmas, and I'm gonna just say it. Last Christmas, I gave out. I have a brand. This is my brand. What's with my brother Mickey Smalls. It's called Young Ancestors. But anyway, I had like 30 or 40 shirts, and I gave all my cousins brand new shirts, brand new tank tops, brand new hats. At the end of the night, bro, I see hats stuck. I see shirts stuck in the couch. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. It's like, you want people to be a part. You don't want them to be a part of what you got going on, or you think because your family, that they're gonna show up or they're gonna support or they're gonna want to support, but that's just not the case. People don't value what you give them for free, and
Oh
it's
God.
like,
Oh
you know what I
God.
mean? Like, it's
Oh
like,
God.
bro, it's crazy. Like, it's like, it'd be the ones in the streets, or it'd be the ones that recognize you, or the ones that go to your shows and that be like, oh man, I want a hoodie, I want a shirt, or they pull up to your video shoot. The people that don't even know you, those are the ones that support you the most. Your family,
Oh God.
you know,
Mhm.
I've showed stuff to my family, and and their look on their faces is like, is a little envious, like they have this energy towards you, like that, as if, I don't know, like maybe they're a little intimidated. I look at it, people just are intimidated, even if
That's
that's not
exactly.
my intention.
That's exactly what it is. Or they just, I don't know. The thing that I've learned about, especially like creating and putting out content, bro. Like yes, your biggest supporters are gonna be strangers, but I've also learned that just because your family doesn't rock with you, that doesn't stop the show. You just keep going, bro. Like if anything, just use that shit as more ambition. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my guys, we talk about it on the show all the time. We don't get the type of support, especially from our city or our family or friends. But that doesn't matter. We just keep going because we already know we're creating good content. So just keep it going, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, another question I want to ask you. What's the type of message that Wavy is trying to put out with his music, bro? Like, just put it out there. What's the message, fam? Because, like I said, when I came with these questions, I was like, man, I'm gonna make sure I hit him with some shit to where he gonna put he gonna put it out there who he is. So, what's your message, bro? About when you make your music, what type of message you trying to send out there?
Um, so I do two things where, for sure, I want it to be honest. For sure, I want it to be real. Are you there, bro? I lost you, bro. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I heard you. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, no. I just like to for one, I like to tell my story. You know what I mean? I like to give my real, real emotions, my real feelings. Um, my experience, and but I like to paint it in a way, or show it in a way, like in a positive way. I want people to hear my message, like hear what I'm saying, but then at the end you hear like I came out of it. So I want to influence other people to keep going, to stay positive. Like, all right, cool, you're going through something, but you like make it out of whatever you're going through. Because like, look at what a song is, right? Like there's an intro, there's a middle, a bridge, and there's an outro. So it's like the same thing, like I really try to paint my songs in a picture like that. Like I come in, like I build it up, I write it, and then I come out of it. Like I end the song with the end result. And I'm not saying all my songs are like that, but I'm saying I really put a lot of effort into my music and my message. And yeah, so I would say to be positive, like that's something that I like to push in my music is positivity. Um, just recently too, I'd say 99% of my songs too, I don't even cuss in them. Like I remember when I first started making music, I used to cuss and I used to just swear a lot. I used to say a lot of cuss words, and but I remember one of my mentors, he told me like, he's like, you need to learn how to make music without cussing. He's
Yeah.
like, because he told me when you cuss in your songs, it just shows you got a low vocabulary, and he says it means he's like you're dumb, like it means you're not smart. He told me straight up, like he's like you need to learn how to again, you know, you need to learn how to get your message out without cussing. Like especially in music. And I really challenged myself because I'm a writer. Like I love writing. Um, so now when I write music, it just happens naturally. Like as I kind of transition to a more positive outlook, of more being a more positive person and embracing the more positive things in life and about myself. Um, I started to speak different, and I started to write different. So now too, like when I make a song, unless I'm just going off, I might say fuck this, or I like to say bitch. Like that's something you'll hear, you might hear in a song. Like I like saying that, but as far as like being vulgar and it's not something that I really like to do because I want everybody to listen to my music and for it to be safe. Like when kids listen to it, I want to influence kids to in a positive light. I don't want them to just hear bad stuff come out of my mouth through my music. So yeah, I'd say like, tell my story, obviously. Also too to be positive. I want them to hear positive things when they listen to my songs. And also too, I want people to reclaim their indigenous roots, their native roots. Um, not just like people like me, you know, my people where they come from, but I want other people too. We all come from a place, right? People might come from Japan, Hawaii, Africa, Ethiopia, Russia, Mexico, South America, wherever. Like we all come from a place. So I also want to influence people to reclaim their roots and not just reclaim them, but be proud of it.
Oh,
So that's
oh,
something that I'm working on right now. Is like when you hear it, I want people to feel proud to be native, or proud to be indigenous, or just proud to be African, or proud to be Japanese. Like it's not always about being American. Like fine, we're
yes.
in America, right? We're in America, but be proud of where your people actually come from. Be proud of that blood that pumps in your veins. We all got beautiful cultures, and we are all of our cultures have done bad things. We've had bad things done to us, but deep at the root, I believe we all got some really good people. We all come from really good, good, loving people that all want the same thing. So that's something I want to push is unity as well. Unity and connecting back to what really matters. And I think what really matters is where we come from.
Mm, nice. Dope, man. It's dope, man. And I'm all about unity too, bro. Like, well, especially if you, but you got to be on that level of want to unite. You feel me? So that's dope right there. So to wrap things up, bro. Like last question, man. So we can what do we got to expect next year, bro? Like this is the last question. Like this is your moment. So let everybody know what's coming in 2024. Like what you got working on, bro. So just throw it out there, fam.
Yeah. So man, I got a list of goals and to
Yeah.
dos, man. Uh but I'm ending this year, man, on a bang, going into the next year. So the last few things that I have, or the last couple of things. So I actually just shot a video Saturday with an artist named Hardini. He's from San Diego. He's a veteran. He's an OG at he's one of those ones. He's not too much older than me, but when I say OG, as far as the music scene, he's been making music for like 15 years, for a long time. And he's someone that I really looked up to. He's one of my influences as well. I wouldn't say musically, but as far as his grind and his work ethic, he's someone that was like, I'm just like, oh man, like he's really inspiring us in San Diego to really push ourselves and to really put in that work. But we just shot a video for a song. For my song, it's called Looking for a Friend. And it's actually gonna drop by the end of this month. So by the 31st, it'll be out. Between Christmas and the 31st, it'll be out. And right now, too, I got tons of singles coming out, and I got a few projects on the way too. I'm just getting them finalized and getting my final mixes and my masters and stuff, so I can get them ready for platforms. But also too, December 23rd, we have a toy drive coming up. We're gonna be raising toys for some local San Diego kids. So that's something that we got going on. Yeah, man. So we do a lot of different things. Like I got bookings. Like I have my entertainment group, my entertainment business. We got bookings. We got the toy drive. I got my stuff, my music stuff. And then for next year too, I'm just gonna I'm all in. You know what I mean? Like I know management is coming. My representation is coming. Possible labels, independent labels or independent groups that want to, because I know where my potential is, and I know at the degree that I make music, and it's just a matter of time until I get on these platforms or until I put myself on these platforms. But no, this year's gonna be great. This year's coming up. The next year's Stop Fest. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? It's all coming. I believe it. It's all coming. More features, more interviews, more brand, more clothes, more merch. Man, I'm excited. This year is gonna be crazy. It's like I feel like I'm in my cocoon stage. I'm transitioning from my old life, and I'm ready to break that cocoon. And once that cocoon breaks, I'm just gonna fly. And
there we go.
I'm just excited,
bro. There we go, man. Hey, man, there you have it right there, man. My guy, Wavy. Want to thank you for coming out, bro. This has been a dope moment with the Messiah, bro. Like, what I'm saying, gave me a good insight of who you are and who inspired you and what's yet to come, bro. And I can't wait to see it, fam. And I love to have you come back. This has been a dope. You feel me? It's been a dope segment, bro. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to my boy Wavy. Look for him on Instagram. Got some fly music. Live streaming this Friday, 7 p.m. Moment with the Messiah. I got my guy Wavy representing San Diego. Let's get it, baby. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.